All right, so what to do when tragedy strikes? So today we're going to talk about hashtag Sharon Strong. So we know it was an accident, and the ninth grader had lost their life, and a couple other people got injured um, severely. So prayers out to all the family and friends and members that mourn, that were related, parents, children, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas. Prayers out. I just pray that God gives you the peace that passes all understanding, and that these words give you a little bit of comfort. One thing I know in life that God has called me to do is it says give comfort to those that mourn. So I'm dedicating this post to you guys today. Hopefully you can share it or tag somebody to let them know what we all should do when tragedy strikes. Revelations 21:4. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Psalms 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Matthew 5:3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for there is the kingdom of heaven. Psalm 73:26. My flesh, my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Matthew 5:4. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. It's very hard to see in times of tragedy. Romans 8:28. All things work together for good for those who are called according to his purpose, for those that love him. Genesis 15:20. What the enemy meant for evil, God will turn for good. The one thing in life what we need to do is we need to show comfort to those that have endured this tragedy, even if you feel like it may not affected you or anything like that. Sometimes just having words of encouragement or just to show that you care. A lot of times we put differences to the side. When somebody loses a child, a sibling, if somebody have differences, they offer encouragement or comfort, even if it's just by praying for them. They don't even say anything to them. But that's what we need to do, even as a nation, as a people, and anything like that. 2 Corinthians 1:4. It says, who comforts us in all trouble, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves have received from God. Isaiah 40:1. Comfort, O comfort my people, says your God. So we are supposed to comfort others even in times of trouble, and in times of tragedy and anything like that. And one of the hardest things, I was just talking to somebody the other day, the hardest things is to say something to somebody that has lost a loved one. That is very dear to them. It's very hard, especially to give them words of encouragement, because they're really crushing their spirit. And that's what the word says. How do you give somebody words of encouragement in times of trouble, or say, what, when we say everything happens for a reason, and that reason, if we don't know that or understand that reason right then and there, it doesn't feel so good, but the thing is, Proverbs 3:27, it says, do not withhold good from those whom it is due when it is in your power to act. Romans 13:7, pay everyone what you owe him. Taxes to who taxes are due, revenue to whom revenue is due, respect to whom respect is due, and honor to whom honor is due. So in this one, in this case, comfort. It's comfort to those, and that's why, like I said, I pray that God gives the family peace that passes all understanding, and anything like that. But also, we are here to, as a community, to comfort those during this time, be there and say, hey, is there anything I can do for you? Just praying for somebody, sending words of encouragement, saying hashtag Sharon Strong, sending out shout outs on Facebook, things of just being able to, allow somebody to feel comfort. It might not, make them feel 100% better, but 10% better is better than none. In that way, they can say, well, what, at least they actually care, for me. Like, at least they actually are trying to comfort me. And in this time, it just shows us to kind of put everything aside and put our everything that we're thinking about, to the side, so we can give comfort to those that need it. And that's what we're supposed to do. Like it says, give to, him what is due. And at that time, comfort is due. Galatians 6:9, it says, let us not grow weary in well doing, for in due time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Verse 10, therefore we have the opportunity, let us do good to everyone, and especially to the family of faith. So, in this time, people need comfort. And that's just to be able to allow them to feel better or anything like that, and just say, and that just shows, people, that really care, through times of tragedy. So again, I just pray that, God gives you peace. I know it's going to be some days and some nights, you like, why, Lord? Why did you take them? Why did this happen? I don't understand. What I mean? And it says that, weeping shall may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. But it's going to be a time. It may be a couple weeks. It may be a couple months, till joy comes in the morning, because they're going to be thinking about their child, their sibling, their niece, their nephew, their grandchild, but again, just know that, you have my deepest condolences. And to those that are in the hospital, I pray that, God give them recovery, that God heals them, and know that my prayers and thoughts are with you. So that's why I made this video, just to honor that. So I just continue to pray, and hopefully, the students from, Sharon School and nearby surrounding schools will honor the the lady that was gone. So I just want to just thank God for the opportunity to do this, and just pray that these words give you a little bit of peace, and just know that I love you and God loves you, and that I'm here for your prayers. Know that you'll still be in my prayers, even tomorrow and forever. God bless.